Okay, she's checking. She's checking on it now. I just talked to her. All right, Mr. Delaney, we are good to go. We are recording now.
We're ready.
Oh, perfect. All right. So, guys, let's go ahead and kick this off, get it started. I appreciate you guys taking some time out of your busy Saturday just to jump on here. It shows a lot that you guys are, ready to take your business to the next level. Myself and another gentleman will be on this call, just giving you guys just some more strategies, some more ways to help better affect your business, whether you're building online, offline, or both. Okay. So as this call kind of continues to go, we're going to be doing some live Q&A at the end too. So if anybody got any questions towards the end, you guys can go ahead as well, ask those questions and we'll answer them to our best of our ability. Just so you guys know who I am personally, my name is Delaney Fluker, 27 years young. I've actually been involved in network marketing since I was 19 years old. And the cool thing about it, I actually got started with a company called Amway Global. Many of you guys might have known what that company, might even tried it out. And, got started with that company and I made about $37 a month with that company. And it was fun. I had about a team of about 12 people. They all consisted of friends, family members, and cousins, people I went to college with. And everybody quit, and I was just left with me. I actually was a part of that company, went to training events, and I learned a lot about personal development with that company. So, I learned about books. I learned about listening to affirmations. I learned about, how to grow myself, how to be a better me. So was a part of that. I was also a part of another company as well too. And when I was a part of that company, it was a great experience when it came down to actually build my business. I think that was actually the first time I actually had a chance to actually grow an organization. That was a little over about 3 years ago. Got involved, and I actually partnered with the right person, I would say. And I'm gonna say, why is it so important to actually be attached to the right people when you're doing business? Is because finding the right mentors, finding the right people with the right systems, the strategies, the right mindsets, is going to really be everything to kind of help your learning curve go from 0 to 100. So with that, guys, I actually got partnered with that gentleman. We started kind of tinkering with some different things, trying to come up with our own system so that people can actually get involved and kind of go step by step through the prospecting process. Also, too, with the once they get in process, etc., as well as as bringing them in. And we actually kind of hit onto some things where we were actually able to enroll about 124 people in about a month, and never had done that before in my career. And really, really got excited about that because I was looking for something that we can actually do. The crazy thing about it, we did that 100% offline. We did that 100% sitting at a table, on phones, cranking out phone calls, setting up three-way calls, putting people on videos. And literally, we sat there from probably about 7 o'clock in the morning to literally about 1 o'clock the next morning. And we would do that every single day. And I believe in hard work ethic. I believe in a lot of those different things because that's what I was brought up on here in network marketing and MLM space. I got, so engaged with a lot of those systems and strategies that, hard work didn't come shy to me. I knew when I got started with any company or any business model, I had to do the work. All right. But one thing that happened to me, guys, was that a little over 2 years ago, I was actually hit with a health condition where I had worked so much. I was actually flying around so much. I was building, barely sleeping, barely eating, losing weight. It was so many different things to a point where I actually had to stop my business. And guys, one of the worst things, if you know you've been in this industry any point in time, is you don't want to stop the momentum. You don't want to stop things going on. So, I was looking for some things to kind of help be more efficient with my business, where necessarily I wasn't having to be the person always in front of the room. I didn't always have to be the person that was, answering the three-way calls. That we can actually put some things in place that would allow us to actually kind of streamline, our business without necessarily making it overly technical. Okay. So some people might say, hey, I've never, ever, built a business without being, person in person. Or some people might say that they never built a business where they did it strictly online. One of the things we want to show you guys today is how to use both, how to actually take both, but kind of give you guys the mindset and show you guys the strategy that we're going to be implementing, how to use both to start building your business a little bit more effectively, step by step. Some of you guys might have already utilized certain strategies like this. This is just like a brief overview call of how it's going to go, because we want you guys at the end of this call to be able to use it, start using it like today, and then keep things going along the way. And one of the cool things about it is I heard a gentleman some years ago say, treat your business like a business. Treat your business like a business. Run it like a business. Well, I know for the most part, most business has a CEO. They have, they also have, the COO, and they also have, customer service. They also have a place that you can deal with them directly. So we wanted to kind of put some of those elements in play so that people necessarily wouldn't always look at us as having to know all the answers, but that we put certain things in place. And we use this one word and this one word only when we were thinking about, how could we actually help more people utilize more effective, systems and strategies. Leverage, right? If you guys, know Robert Kiyosaki, 4 quadrants, he talks about the B's and the I's. And the I's, we all know about investing, is all about compounding, right? But today we're going to talk about the B quadrant, the business owner. The business owner is all about leveraging other people's systems, leveraging other people's information, leveraging other people's results, leveraging. So today, if you were on that call this morning that Quinn had, she talked about being able to leverage, being able to not be the only one doing something, but also how can you get a lot of people doing just a little bit of work. So I'm pretty sure if you guys jumped on this call, you guys may or may not have read like GoPro by Eric Worre, but that book right there has literally helped me understand what does it mean. But guys, I truly believe that you can read every book that's in network marketing, 10X and GoPro and Go for No and all something like that. But guys, we get paid for taking massive action, right? We don't get paid for reading books. We don't get paid for necessarily doing these training calls. These are just investments within ourselves that allow us for, to get those results that we want. But guys, we get paid for actually getting customers to enroll or to spend a certain amount of money, and we get a percentage of their income. So today, guys, I'm not going to talk to you about becoming a better network marketer. Like, you guys are already network marketers. You guys are already networkers. And if this is your first network marketing company, like, great. Like, this is going to be great. If you've done a few different companies before this is going to be great either way, because you may or may not have had certain strategies going on in your business, and you might have had them, or maybe you didn't have, the camaraderie of a team around you, or maybe you didn't have all of the elements in the same place to actually, grow it or maybe scale it to that number. Some guys, we just wanted to jump on this call today just to kind of share some things. We're not telling you guys that we have the magic turnkey system, but guys, we know it works. We've been using it not only for our network marketing business, but we also been using it for our own personal business as well too. So without further ado, guys, I'm going to jump into some things of how we utilize, or how we have been utilizing Facebook to literally grow our business. Now, personally, guys, I'm 27 and I don't drive. Like, that's one of my things. I don't drive. I don't have a car. I don't drive around. I don't do any of those things. So for me, being able to do network marketing the old school way, whether I'm, setting up things at my house or things like that, it doesn't really work for me. It's not as effective for me personally that it might be for someone else. So do I sit back and, and I don't take advantage of it? Like, no. I get more efficient in what it is that I'm doing. And I just know today, I really understood how I can leverage, social media. I can leverage, Zoom webinars, how I can, leverage the internet and technology to better use my business. Because this morning when we were on the leadership call, I was in my pajamas the whole time, right? And I think now it's more about meeting people where they are and taking them where we want them to go, okay? So if you guys are writing notes, like that's one thing I would definitely say on this call tonight is meeting people where they are and then taking them where we want them to go. Not necessarily looking at them and looking at them in a way of, listen, I want you to already be there so you can make a decision, but no, meeting them where they're at, right? Tiffany said her too, right? And it felt great. So guys, one of the things we want to share tonight before I show you guys what it is we're going to show you is we're looking for qualified people. That's it. We're not looking to sell. We're not looking to recruit. We're not looking to beg, anything like that, guys. We're looking for qualified people, and we're looking for people that's going to raise their hand and tell us they want what we have, okay? And why is that so important? It's because you don't have to convince those people to actually keep going. You don't have to convince or call those people every single month and say, is your subscription still active? Because personally right now, I have cable, and Comcast doesn't have to call me every single month to say, do you want to keep your Comcast on this month? No, like I wanted to buy it. I wanted it, every single month. So every month we want to make sure, that Comcast bill get paid or I don't have service anymore. So it's really about having that front end so valuable to the point that we're attracting the right type of people. So those right type of people are coming to our business. So there's 3 things that I'm going to talk about today, but I'm only going to focus on one of them. The first thing is this. There's 3 phases, guys, and I wanted to make this as simple as possible. Let me go ahead and just share my screen really quick. There's 3 phases to actually building a business. All right. The first phases, guys, is getting customers. All right. I'm going to just put C for customers. All right. It's getting customers. The second one, guys, is going to be all about the exposure, like the experience that they're having before they spend money. So I'm just going to say exposures. All right. And the third thing is what you do with them once they actually have purchase or pay for something. So let's just call that purchase. Let's call it purchase. So CEP. All right. So the one I'm going to focus on today is going to be this one. All right. But to me personally is that without customers, you have no business. If you have nobody looking at your opportunity, you have no business. And personally to me, guys, what's going to be the most important one, and we're going to have another training coming up here soon. Myself and my partner's actually talking about it now, is this one right here. Is how do you actually get your customers? Do you use Facebook? Do you use, belly to belly? Do you use advertise? Like, what do you use? What is your strategy that you like to actually use? Do you already have a pre-existing list? Do you already have a pre-existing team? Like, what do you use to actually get customers? Because without customers, guys, we don't make income. So that's going to be one training we're going to talk about too later. But as well too, the middle one is how do you get customers engaged? How do you get them, educated on what it is that we're doing? How do you get them exposed to what it is that we're doing? And I'm going to share this nugget with you guys. It's 2019. People aren't buying the same way they used to buy. So I'm going to break this down before we go into the strategy. There's 4 types of customers. Okay. There's 4 types of customers. And knowing just this little bit of information, it kind of helps you with growing your business. It allows you to kind of get to a point where you're a little more relaxed. You're a little bit more, I would like to say chill, but also too, my favorite saying is it allows you to work on your business and not within your business. It's one thing to always be trying to, micromanage every little thing, but it's one thing to be able to work on the key areas that needs to serve you a lot better. So the first thing, guys, is we're going to have what's called like an instant customer. All right. So I'm going to say instant, meaning they see your opportunity. They see whatever business is that you're doing. And we're going to use IML because we're all here in IML. They're instant buyers. Like they see it. It makes sense. Where I sign up at, put me as a customer and I'm ready to go. Okay. The second type of customer, guys, is what we call 30-day customers, meaning, they don't necessarily have the money today. but, you know, funds are coming available. You know, they really like the opportunity. They're really looking to see, okay, you know what, I want to embark upon, you know, some type of investment strategy. I've been going to different seminars. This makes sense to me. They've been probably educating themselves, right? Next, we got what's called 60-day customers. And these people, you know, they're a little on the fence. They're not really sure about what they should be doing, what, you know, why should they be getting involved? They might need a little bit more education. And then you got the 90-day customers, meaning they're okay. They're just kind of really sitting by. They're kind of waiting to see what happens, you know, after 90 days. So why are each one of these customers and being able to identify them, you know, why is it important to know who that person is because most people want that immediate sign up. You know, when you're brand new and if, you know, you're going to make your list and you got friends and family members or you know, you're high to warm market like that, guys, because that's what we're all taught, you know, go out there low hanging fruit, go out there your friends and family members first, and share the opportunity with. And that's where you can get what's called instant signups, instant gratification. It builds up that belief for you to actually, you know, keep going and things like that. But guys, to be perfectly honest with you, the instant customers are actually like about 1% of the people that you're going to talk to with this. They're actually the smallest group with everything out here. The biggest group that you guys are actually going to come into play with are going to be those people that's in the 60-day and the 90-day time frame, right? So what happens? You know, you do the PS3 system or you pique interest, you know, you show the plan to somebody, you expose them. And then once you expose them and get them on a 3-way call with a leader, most people's strategy is, you know, hey, thanks. And, you know, I'm not sure at this time right now, you know, maybe later, or, you know, I'm not really quite interested. Well, what's going to happen, guys, is if you don't have a way to follow up with them, you don't have a system in place, well, what's going to happen is that person is no longer a part of the work that you just put in. They're no longer really a part of the system because most people let them go. They let them out of the sight, out of mind. And what happens is that prospect is now doing something else, looking at somebody else's opportunity, going on about their life. They're not really thinking about what it is that you're doing. So we want to keep everyone engaged. And if you can focus on the long haul, on the long term, and this is why most people say 90-day blitz or maybe have a 90-day game plan, because 90 days really is where you can see turnover, where if you have so many prospects coming into your business, after 90 days, you'll see what happens is you'll get those instant customers. You'll get those 30-day customers. You'll get those 60-day customers, and you'll also start getting those 90 days. What most people do, they don't really keep going after they get a few no's here. And they don't keep going after they get a few no's here. And they don't keep going after they get a few no's here. But what they would find out if they kept going at least till 90 days using consistent action and very simple duplication, guys, then they're going to see everybody start to come into their business because they stayed the course. All right. We're going to talk here. The last quadrant, guys, is really the fun part because now you have them into your business. And what's going to happen from there is we need to have a system in place that's going to allow them from, you know, just being not necessarily aware of everything, but becoming experts in that field and becoming bigger leaders and becoming more efficient leaders in this space. So, guys, if that helped you at all, right, then it's going to make a lot more sense on the next part of what we're doing. So let me go ahead and share with you guys my Facebook screen. Is this helping so far, guys? Let me know in the chat box if this is helping so far. All right, perfecto. All right. So, guys, this is my personal Facebook. This isn't like a fake made up Facebook. This is my personalized Facebook, and I'm gonna go directly over to my Facebook page. All right. So now, guys, let's talk a little bit about you, your brand, and what does it mean when somebody's actually looking to be a part of your opportunity or your business. All right. Why is this so important? It's because this is the first thing people are going to see when they're looking you up, or, you might be looking on, you might have done a live, you might have posted something, and they say, you know what, I really like what Tiffany said today. I really like what Dorothy you know, what she posted, let me go see what she's all about. You know, I've been following her for a little bit of time, or, you know, I've been following her for a little bit. Well, the first thing they're going to do is, this is our interview process. So guys, I want you to understand, today you're not necessarily network marketers, okay? You guys are brand ambassadors, okay? You're not network marketer, you're a brand ambassador, and you're part of what's called a subscription-based business model, all right? And the reason why I want to do it that way with you guys is because sometimes people are, when they get around the network marketing field, they kind of get paralyzed a little bit about what to do. But guys, you're your own brand, you're your own person, and people want to join people they know, like, and trust. So you got to kind of build that camaraderie. You have to build that likability with people online so that you can actually gain their trust, gain their confidence that you can be the person that they should want to partner with. Whether they do it today, 30 days, 60 days, 90 days, 6 months, a year, 2 years later, they're going to always know, like, and trust you guys. There's people right now that that I've been able to spend income with, whether I'm buying education from them, whether I'm buying more trainings. And I've been following these people for years, like more than 5 years. And because I've always seen them do consistent work, have consistent results, you know, it's no problem me calling them and saying, hey, what's that new seminar that you guys have coming up? Or I see you guys have an education platform coming up in Las Vegas. How much does it cost? It costs $500. Here you go. Because they've already built that camaraderie with me. And it's happened to me tons and time again, because the consistent efforts allows people to stay engaged with you. So the first thing, guys, you want to do is you want to make sure you have a picture of you. Like, if you don't have a picture of you, that's like the basics. And we're going to spend like 2 seconds on this. But having a Facebook profile of you, you know, I've seen people with, you know, their company's logo, you know, other things, you know, anime, you know, if you like those things, great. But if you're an entrepreneur, you're in business, make sure you have a picture of you, because you have to think about it as a prospect or somebody that might be looking to do business with you. Like, I wouldn't trust anybody that I don't know their face. Like, I need to know what you look like, right? It's like catfish, right? Y'all seen the show out there, right? You got the fake profile. I don't trust you. So it's like, you have to have a picture of you. Guys, you don't need to go out and hire a photographer, right? You don't need to go out and spend thousands of dollars to do this, guys. Get your cell phone, you know, have a day where you can just take a bunch of pictures. Like I did this once, you know, take some pictures, you're good to go. And then you want to have a decent background picture, and you want to have things that's legit to you. So, you know, it's okay to go out and, you know, go to a Lamborghini dealership and take pictures with Lamborghinis. It's okay to, you know, post things of things that you want. I think those are great. But guys, keep it very organic. Keep it very genuine, right? Because what's going to happen is people want to know, you know, what it is that you're doing. Like, you can always upgrade photos and pictures later, but this is the first time they get to look at you, because the next thing we're looking for them to do once they come to our page is scroll. Like, we want them to get to know more of us. So this is like your first stop, first shot of what you want people to do. So, you know, you have your name up there, have a picture, things like that. And then you want to have some things about, you know, what it is that you do. I like to keep this simple in the intro box. You know, marketer, Forex trader, travel extraordinaire, right? Very simple. Those are the 3 things I love to do. All right. So when somebody comes to my page, they got a question. Oh, what is it that you do? Boom. They have it right there, right in the front. Of course, guys, I like to fill in, you know, what it is I like to do, where I went to school, where I live at, where I'm from, single, married, etc. If you're single, you know, I'm gonna tell you guys this for the guys or young ladies that's on the call. Like if you're single, like, wait to change it till you get married. I actually had a guy in the last business. He changed his status like every other week. You know, people wasn't sure, so like, you have to stay consistent as possible. You know, as much as possible, and you also can add like feature photos here, guys, so people can kind of do a run through your life really quick. And the next thing I'm gonna share with you guys is your post. All right, is because if somebody comes here and they're willing to scroll through, that means they're getting very, very curious about what it is that you do. Now, I'm going to talk about post. I'm going to talk about what's current today. All right. And guys, these are things that's happening today. This isn't something that somebody talked about 10, 15, 20 years ago ago. This is what people are utilizing today in the market to get more engagement, all right, with their Facebook. And guys, one of the things that I'm going to share with you guys, I'm going to share this post with you here. This is myself and Carlos. What we were able to do, we went out one day. We just took some pictures at, like a Hyatt hotel. We were just out and about. They had a nice little brunch area. So I said, man, let's take some pictures while we're here. Took us about 2 seconds, guys. Took a couple pictures really quickly. And I like to write out quick little things. But what's happening nowadays, guys, in 2019 is I know people are really loving to put the motivational quotes out. I love that people are, doing lives, and I'm going to talk about that here in a second. But guys, one of the biggest things that people are doing, or maybe they're not engaging as much with your posts, is people in 2019 do not like to read. Okay, they do not like to read. So if it's something that's really, 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 really long, most of the time people are going to scroll past your post. They might look at your picture, give you a like, and things like that. But most people aren't going to read your post if it's too long. So if it's very wordy, they're not really, people are not reading anymore. Videos are really becoming a thing now in 2019. So a lot of people are not really reading as much, but there are people that will read your post. And I'm going to share with you guys now. One of the biggest things, that people are utilizing now are emojis. Okay. Emojis, okay, are really big right now, okay? They're really big right now. And I'm not telling you guys this is what's going to get you sign-ups. I'm just saying, guys, this is going to get more people to possibly stop and read what it is that you're saying so that they can go more into depth and get to know you and build that story with you. But more people are reading emojis. So, guys, as you see, like right here, I'm not going to go into, like, the wording. The wording really didn't matter. Just something I wanted to write. But, guys, I wanted to make sure I capture people's attention. So you have to be thinking about what's going to capture their attention before I write the post, right? So if you're just writing a post just because you wanted to write it and put it out there, that's cool. But what's going to happen is most people are going to read things that's going to capture their attention. So you guys can see, instead of me just writing a post out, I said, if you, and I didn't write the word stop because I figured everybody knows what a stop sign is. It's a universal, icon. But if you stop to read this message, right, it's just to capture your attention, get you to read it, and then from there, get you guys to go ahead and comment, right? Get people to go ahead and comment. And as you guys can see, we got some people commenting, liking. It's not like a huge post. I just posted the other day. And I'm not telling you guys I get hundreds of thousands of comments and hundreds of thousands of views or anything like that. But what's starting to happen now is that I'm getting more attention on Facebook than I used to get. Because I'm adding very simple things like emojis to my text and things like that. Carlos went ahead, and this is something that me and him love to do. And I actually see Marquita and Paulette doing this very, very well. They make sure that they go and comment each other's posts. Now, I'm not telling you guys to make sure you go do that for everybody on the team. You know what I'm saying? But if you see someone that you know who they are, one of the biggest thing about Facebook is Facebook wants to see more engagement. They want to see more likability between people. So, if you go and like somebody's post, Facebook will kind of keep their posts going and going and going as well as yours. So just kind of keep that, guys, in the back of your mind. But one thing I like to do with Facebook is most people like to come to a page, like a post like this, and just like it, right? They just like to like it, get it out the way, and just kind of keep scrolling. But I'm going to give you guys like a little cool little tip, little quirk, all right? What's different about this post here, and I'm going to find this post here, okay? This post, I posted kind of a few days before that, April 3rd, and I posted this one April 4th. And this one got a little bit more engagement than this post here. But guys, I'm going to tell you a few things that's different. For one, with this post, I use emojis. I use, some quick text. And I like to space stuff out. I don't like to have everything like a run-on sentence and anything like that because people read less. So you want to kind of get them to read in chops, things like that. But everybody kind of ran past this and put like a like button. I got about 7 likes on this post. But one of the things right here, guys, and I'm going to tell you what I did. they got more people to like this one over the last 2 days than the other post. Well, I secretly did this, is when you come to someone's post, instead of just liking it, guys, hit them with a heart or a wow. Because now what's going to happen is this post looks like it has way more engagement. Like, it looks like more people actually want to read this because you got this extension where you got a like, you got a heart, and you got this wow, right? And look, guys, nobody else wowed my post but me. I did that on purpose. When I did the wow, everybody started liking it, right? Everybody started to love it, and I got more engagement on that. So, it's okay if you do it to yourself, but this shows that more people are willing to look at your engagement, and they're willing to kind of ask more questions as well too. And the cool thing about it, you guys can kind of see who's been following you, who might have been who's been able to look through your information. And one of the things I like to do is, as I see kind of like the same names and stuff popping up, those are probably the people I might talk to about my opportunity with. But guys, I'm more passive when it comes to my opportunity. I don't necessarily as soon as I see you post, hey, what's going on, man? I want to tell you about IML. No, here's my rule of thumb, guys. 1 out of 10 posts should be about my opportunity. Okay? 1 out of 10 posts should be about my opportunity. So, guys, you see here's one post. I don't have anything about Forex. Nothing about Forex. Nothing about Forex. Nothing about Forex. Right? Nothing about Forex. Nothing about Forex. I think the last time I talked about Forex was, man, not even there. It's been about 10 or 15 posts. Right here, it's go time, right? Just associating myself with Paulette and Dr. Spiller. I'm still not talking about Forex, guys, because you want your post to be about you. You don't want your post to always be, I'm talking about MLM. Guys, you don't want your post to constantly be about your opportunity, because you have to think about it. Imagine everybody in the marketplace all talking about Forex. You see other people in other companies, weight loss, travel, right? When you see them talking about it so much, it becomes like a nuisance. They're always talking about it over and over again to the point where you just get tuned out. So you want to be talking less about your opportunity all the time and more about yourself. I'm just edifying this young lady because I've been able to see her on Facebook a lot because we're friends on Facebook. So if I don't have you guys on my Facebook, make sure you add me. But Miss Paulette, they're into the ministry. So, anytime I pop up onto her and Mr. Elwood, anytime I pop onto their Facebook or I see scroll through my Facebook, they're usually talking about their ministry. They're talking about their family, their kids, days out. And I'm usually like intrigued by that, especially if I might be a married couple with kids that's involved in the church, or maybe involved with, other resources. And then one day I hear her talking about she's actually earning income from home utilizing a simple copy, paste, and pull system. Well, I might want to be, hey, I want to know a little bit more about what you do, because I see that you're living your life, but at the same time, every now and then I see you post something. So guys, you want to really have a subtle conversation with people on your Facebook, and not necessarily, hey, I'm part of this opportunity. Ask me how. And guys, I'm going to tell you this, ask me how does not work. Okay. So after this call today, please scratch that out your handbook. Like, ask me how, ask me for more information. Guys, a lot of people, and you might see them get a lot of engagement off of that, they built up a huge following. They're what we call influencers in the market, meaning they've built up the brand, they built up that like, trust, credibility for an extended period of time, to where they can put things out there like that, and they're going to get people that's going to ask them more. Hey, tell me more. But guys, if you're starting from the ground up, right? Ask me how, ask me for more information. Ask me how you get access to the Zoom. Ask me how, like, those things, guys, they work almost none of the time, guys. And the reason why I say that is because they know as soon as they inbox you or comment, they know they're getting hit with the sales pitch immediately. So guys, online, you want to just have a conversation, like, live your life, like, know that you have an amazing platform that you can learn Forex, learn how to trade, and just know there's people out there that want to know more. And when we attract those people to us, we can give them a system to go through all right, and actually get involved with that. So let's jump into the system. I wanted to go over that, guys, because literally it takes a few minutes to go clean up your Facebook, make sure it's as, as polished as possible, checking your photos, making sure you don't have no gang members or, drinks and smokes and things like that. If we was a part of a cigar MLM, it'd be different, but, make sure you look as polished as possible, but as organic as possible as well, too. That's going to help you guys win. So let's go ahead and jump into our system here, because what's going to happen is, guys, you should be doing something. You should be taking some massive action to get customers, to acquire customers. Whatever that strategy is for you, you should be taking massive action on that thing. Like if you do nothing else, get great at learning how to get more people, okay? That's my rule of thumb. Get great at learning how to get more people, all right? Because if you throw 1,000 people at an opportunity and 200 of them enroll, that's better than try to throw 20 of them at it and one of them enroll. So just get better at different strategies and tactics and things like that of how to actually get people involved with your opportunity. But they need somewhere to go, all right? They need somewhere to go once they actually go ahead and get their attention. And guys, how we're utilizing Facebook is we're going to utilize a system that myself, I know Paulette and Elwood have used this. Carlos has used this, and Carlos is going to touch very quickly, guys, on how to actually do it. Like how you can actually today go ahead and start getting this thing going so that you can have a 24/7 business, right? You can be doing a home opportunity, and because they couldn't make it out to your home, or they live in another state, or we don't have necessarily a huge following over there, your business can still be running 24/7. And guys, this is another way you guys can actually start leveraging our system, leveraging a way to actually just get people going. So what we're going to do is we have a Facebook group. And the Facebook group, guys, it's called Forex Elite. All right. And the cool thing about it, we got the Elite package here with iMarkets Live as well, too. And it's about Forex. Now, sometimes, guys, you'll get people that stumble upon the group because they're looking for Forex on Facebook. I think in the last week, I had about 3 people that did that. They were asking, what is this Forex Elite group is all about? And that's pretty cool because now we can have that conversation as well. But when they come to the group, they have to actually join the group, okay? And when they actually come to the group, and I actually left these 2 people here because I just got these within the last 24, 48 hours. We have 2 people here, and they're going to get asked 2 questions. We want to know, first off, are you already a customer with iMarkets Live? Okay, that's very important because, again, we want to be acquiring new customers, new business, new transactions, okay? If we have a ton of people from iMarkets Live coming into the group, I mean, that's going to be good because I'm going to share with you guys how we're going to leverage each other within this group that's already customers, but we want to be focusing on getting new potential customers into this business. So we're going to ask them, are you already involved with iMarkets Live? If they say yes, you know what I'm saying? Now we know, hey, this group is strictly for, prospecting, et cetera, like that. And then who referred you? We want to know that too. And the reason why we want to know that is because this group is going to have a very generic call to action where we get you to actually plug into and get enrolled with the person. So we're going to be taking note as people come into the group as prospects who actually shared it. So let's say Carlos shared it with Jennifer here, and she said Carlos Jones referred me. So we know, and how we keep, and I know everybody on this call is leaders, how we keep the integrity of the group. We don't want anybody, inboxing somebody else in the group, say, hey, sign up with me instead of this person. Like, we're going to know, like, who people are as they come in the group and who referred them. And it's just another level of integrity, another level of keeping us all accountable as well, too, guys. And we're going to talk about follow-up here in a second. So I actually invited some people that's going to be helping out with the group. If you don't have access to this group and you're on this call, make sure you, I'm going to drop the link so that you can go ahead and get invited to this call. You just click the invite button. And we're going to check this on a daily basis, myself and Carlos right now. And I'm going to be adding a few other people as well, too, to help us manage the group. But we're going to be checking this on a regular basis to be allowing people in as well, too. One of the biggest things, guys, we just have to make sure that, we keep the I would say, I wouldn't call it the riffraff, but keeping, it very positive in here, keeping it very, very upbeat. We're going to have some of those haters, some of those negativity, people that want to come in and they still want to live by the code of scam. Like, I still don't understand in 2019 how you think a subscription-based model is a scam, but it's okay. Like, we just have to be able to combat that with the right kind of information. And we don't want to fight with anybody. We don't want to have a system where people are, arguing or anything like that. We want to keep things very professional in the group as much as possible. So just kind of give you guys a rundown. And again, over the next couple of days, we're going to have a few videos dropping in this group because we want you guys to focus on just acquiring more customers. The system should already be working for you. And then Carlos is going to go through how to actually go ahead and once you get them in the group, what you want to do next. So once you guys get them in a group, the first thing you want to do is you want to go ahead and you want to go to announcements. Okay, you want to go to announcements. When you go to announcements, guys, the first thing you're going to do, and we had to actually change this up because we really wanted to push Dr. Spiller's signals. And because we know they work, we've been seeing them work, they've been tried and tested. So the first thing you want people to do, come to this group, watch this video first. This video is just going to give them a brief overview. iMarkets Live literally takes them less than 10 minutes to watch. Guys, why is this so important? It's because I can do this while I'm cooking. I can do this while I'm at home watching the kids. I can do this, and it doesn't require me to jump in the car, burn any fuel, burn any gas, right? Sit in traffic or anything like that, but I can see the opportunity right off the jump, okay? So they're going to be able to see that. So the next thing it's going to tell them is next you want to review the UTH signals results. So myself and Quinn and Robert, Paulette, Elwood, Carlos, Brenda, Tiffany, all the leaders on the call. What we're going to be doing, guys, is the results that we have from the other group, like the trade group, the signals group, the results that we're getting. And I talked to Spiller about this already, said this is go ahead, green light, so I'm excited about it. Guys, we can start utilizing the results that we're currently having and any past results, guys, that we've seen, because people are going to join results, right? They want to see something that's results. There's so many things out here people are being looked at and they're saying, try us out and we hope that we help you win. But guys, we have a system that's in place already that people are already winning. Why not leverage that? So they're going to be able to come over here to the photos, guys, look at the results that we're having in the group, and then a generic call to action. Get back with the person who invited you to this group so they may answer the questions that you have and get you started using their unique customer enrollment link. We also have the trading disclaimer in there too, just to kind of let people know, there is risk involved when it comes to trading. Now, one of the things that's going to happen, guys, is they're going to be able to come over to the unit section, okay? They're going to be able to come over to this unit section, and this is how you, the rep or the IBO or the marketer or whatever you want to claim yourself as, just how you're going to be able to leverage our system is, let's say you get somebody enrolled with it. Carlos is going to talk to you guys about the ATM machine as well too. But one of the things you're going to be able to utilize is once they actually watch the video, we're going to have the results video here. We're going to have a results video here, okay? We also going to have some interviews that's set up with the leaders, with Brandon Boyd, David Monetier, Jason Brown, Dr. Raphael Spiller, right? Just to add more credibility for yourself. So don't worry about, hey, I don't have enough results. Or, hey, I might have just got started yesterday. I haven't taken enough, trades, or, I'm not necessarily the best entrepreneur. It doesn't matter, guys. We have people that's going to vouch for you, that's going to allow you to just leverage their name as well. And then we're going to have an FAQ section. So this is going to help you guys with certain questions people might have. So if they're already in this group, this is what I'm going to be busy with over the next couple of days while I'm out in Jamaica, is how do I get started? Because people still might have that question, like, what do I supposed to do next? Now I'm in this group. Now I'm seeing the results. What am I supposed to do? We're going to shoot a video on, how do I get started? Do I need to have previous trading experience to profit? My car decline. Do I have money, but what can I do? When I invest my $225 to get started, how much of it do I get to use when it comes to trading? Do I have customers? Do I have to be a customer to receive the free signals from Spiller? How quickly can I start receiving free signals? Why are the free signals doing so well? So we want to answer some questions that we think that people are going to ask. And guys, you don't necessarily have to be the person that know the answer. Just refer them over to the video. All right. What type of support, what IML offer and you guys offer. So we're going to have an FAQ section where people can just come, watch the video, understand what's going on. And then, guys, it's going to be our job to follow up. So without further ado, I want another gentleman to jump on here really quick because I hope you guys got some value from that. I got another gentleman on here who's gonna share with you. And I don't know if I'm able to give you over the reins, but if not, we can walk him through the process as well, Carlos. But this gentleman, I've known him for the last 2 years. I actually met him in Houston, Texas. He flew down Houston, Texas. We was actually getting ready to do a presentation with Dr. Raphael Spiller. And he flew down the day before, saw the opportunity, and literally, guys, we've been running, ever since as far as, within IML, outside of IML. And he's literally has shown, so much tenacity, always willing to learn, always willing to invest in himself and more education, and getting better. That, those are the type of people, guys, that I look to work with because it lets me know that you're not going to stop because somebody told you no. You know that there's other people out here winning. You just have to get associated and attached to those people so that you can actually start learning more. And this guy is always learning, always executing, always implementing. But he's also an expert when it comes to this ATM system. He used it in his last company as well. So I don't think it's anybody else better that could share it than Mr. Carlos Jones. So I just need to check real quick. Mr. Carlos, did you make the call?
Yes, sir. I'm on the line. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. So I think I have the host position. Let me see if I can actually give you access. And if you can, Carlos, I don't know if you're already in a Forex Elite group. Have it pulled up. Let me see here. I'm going to go ahead and make you a host. And cool. You take it away.
Thanks. Awesome. Well, hey, I'm not even going to lie. Mr. Delaney Fluker, he kind of made me sound like Floyd Mayweather. I feel like I was just introduced to the boxing ring or something. But first, I just want to give it back to him, Mr. Delaney Fluker. Awesome leader. I mean, if you know him or if you've ever worked with him, to me, he's definitely the hardest worker that I known, like in my whole career, as far as just an individual putting in individual work. Mr. Delaney Fluker has definitely proved that in this industry. And so he definitely goes the backs for his people. If you've ever worked under his wing, goes the backs for his people. And so if you haven't and you get a chance to work with him, definitely don't take it for granted. I'm going to try to fly through this. First of all, if anybody that jumped off this call, you might want to tell them to get back on the call, okay? So if you can, if you know who, may have jumped off or last minute people, go ahead and tell them, hey, look, we got something important announcement going on, a training. You need to jump back on the call, okay? But I'm going to tell you a little bit about myself. Try to make this quick. I'm not going to spend too much time on myself. But I've been in this industry going on 6 years now. Okay, I've built huge teams, hundreds of people across the globe. I've helped tons of people have success and grow their businesses in this industry. And so, when it comes to being experienced and stuff like that, you're definitely working with people who are very experienced in the industry. And I'm sure this is a leader's call, so it's some experienced reps on the call as well. But what I'm going to show you or share with you today is something that when I found out about it in my network marketing career, I think it was about my second year in the industry. And once I actually applied it, it took my business to a whole nother level, okay? Like I went from, like Delaney said, he was making $35 a month. I was making $11 a month in my first year of network marketing, just super excited, jacked out of my mind and learning the skill sets. But I was just excited. And but I really wasn't I was looking for a certain type of strategy on how to build so I can be effective with my time and everything. I had just had a son who was he was like 0 at the time. He wasn't even 1 yet, and now he's 4 years old. But before I even get into that, I kind of want to just let y'all just take a seat back really quick and just ask yourself, like, who are you listening to? Okay, this is a leader's call. Who are you listening to? Are you listening to the people who have what you want, or the people or the negative people who continue to downplay you? There's a quote that say, if you do the things that they do, the people that you look up to, or you might follow them on Facebook because you like what he's doing, then you will eventually have the things that they have. Okay. For example, my mom, she's a great cook. And so I would take cooking lessons from my mom, or I would let her teach me how to cook something. But when it comes to, lifestyle and living and driving the type of car I would want to drive, or living in the type of house that I want to live in, I wouldn't take money advice from her. Now, my mom, she's a nurse. She makes great money, but her time is very limited. She makes money in a whole different type of way. And so right now, you have the privilege, and we have the privilege to work with, elites in this industry, like Dr. Spiller, master trader, Mr. Delaney Fluker, mastermind marketer, and myself, who all have time, money, and a heart. And that's the reason why we're even, on this call to help you guys. Okay. One of my mentors always say, you can't have both time and money at the same time if you're constantly, or if you're only trading one for the other. Okay. And so, he always also would say, work full time on your right now money and part time on your fortune. Okay. See, some people, they try to treat this business like a hobby. Okay. And what I'm going to show you today is something that, if you treat it like a hobby, it'll pay you like a hobby. But if you really call it a part-time business, most part-time businesses or part-time jobs are at least 15 hours a week. And so, if you're not putting in that much, then you can just tell yourself or ask yourself why you're not reaching the full potential of what you could be doing in your business. Okay. Now, before I show you the sauce, what Mr. Delaney Fluker called the ATM machine, just questions like, are you coachable? Are you willing to accept change? Are you willing to give up something? Like TV. This is something, what I'm about to show you is so simple that instead of, going home and going watch TV or whatever, you could be doing this take a few minutes to do, or an hour or two out of your day, and that can grow your business every single day, and eventually will be on autopilot. Okay. And so, do you have a high willingness to learn? Okay. Do you have a strong desire to win and work ethic? And so what I'm going to show you, the secret sauce, is basically how I expanded my business and took advantage of Facebook. And basically, instead of using it in a way that didn't make me money, we researched and found ways to make money with it. Now, let me see if I can draw on here really quick. They say you don't have to be smart to make money. I'm going to figure this out.
You should see like a share button down at the bottom, Carlos.
Yeah.
Okay.
So if I hit, all right, hold on. A bunch of stuff on my desktop. I'll just keep it right here for now. I think we were in this. Wait one moment. I don't know why it's being slow like this. But what this method, while I'm waiting on this, what this is, what I'm gonna go over, it's called ATM, okay? This internet, I don't know if it's being slow, but how do does this bring up my screen to draw?
It's not right now. It's just showing a blank screen right now.
Okay. All right. Well, if you're taking notes, just write down ATM, okay? ATM stands for add, tag, and message, okay? ATM stands for add, tag, and message, okay? Now, it's a couple of things. Before I even get into add, tag, message, it's actually something you need to know before you get into the ATM method. Something that you will always do prior to adding new prospects to the group, okay? So first, you want to form your prospects, okay? It says we cannot see your screen.
Yeah, I can show some illustration
Okay.
like that when you get to certain areas. This is kind of help you out. But go
Okay.
ahead.
So if you want to put an ATM up there and just write like add, tag, message, basically what it means is what we're doing and what we figured out what to do is how to get the prospects out of our hands and in the hands of an expert, okay? And so you basically gonna add the people to the group. So anybody who you're peaking, anyone who's your prospect or you've been talking to about business or you want to do business with you or you met somewhere, a cool person or someone in the industry already, you want to add them to the group, okay? Then not only you're adding to the group, you're going to tag them in a specific post or video that can relate to them, okay? And then after that, the message part is we're going to set up a three-way messenger with the prospect and the expert, you, the prospect, and the expert, okay? Three-way messenger, all right? This way, you don't have to do the talking, especially if you don't know everything, okay? Sometimes it's okay not to know everything, okay? Now, there is something you want to do before you add the prospects to the group. If you don't know if you don't know how to peak, we're going to go over more training about this in the near future and more in depth about all of this, but just really brief. You want to form your prospects, okay? So if you can, Mr. Fluker, can you write FORM somewhere as an acronym? You want to form the prospects, okay? If you don't know what this is, it's basically you're gonna ask the prospects a few questions just to warm them up. Like, especially if you haven't talked to them in a long time, you want to kind of warm the prospects up before you just put them in the group. Like, hey man, hey, I know you broke, so I need to put you in this group. Like, we don't want to do that, okay? We don't want to ruin no bad relationships, nothing like that. So you want to form them. So in form, the F stands for family. Okay, when you reach out to them, hey man, how's family? Hey man, how's it going? It's going great. How are you? I'm doing great. How's your mom? How's your brother? How's your dog? Like, I don't care if you ask how's the mailman. Like, you want to ask these questions because you want to kind of warm them up because people don't like when they feel like they're being peaked or they feel like they're being approached by business. For some reason, I love it, but people don't like to be approached by business, not straight on like that anyway. They think that you're trying to, you just want money from them or something like that, or you're just using them as a body. And so you want to ask them about their family, okay? They might ask you about some family, cool. And then you want to go into the O, which is the occupation, okay? Hey man, what are you doing? What do you do for a living? Hey, what type of work are you into? What type of work do you do? Or maybe you might remember when they worked at a factory, or, hey man, do you still work at that factory? Hey, are you still a teacher? Whatever. You want to ask them some questions to just warm them up in conversation, okay? The R stands for recreational. Or recreation. That's cool. You can take the AL off. Recreation, it basically means just what do you like to do for fun? Hey man, you go out. Hey girl, you know, I know we met at the bar, whatever. Do you still go out in Nashville? Do you travel any? What do you like to do for fun? You want to ask these questions, kind of warm them up, okay? And then the M is motivation. So what motivates you? You know, what would it take what's the dollar amount that you would like to be making each month that could get you off that job, out of that warehouse, or off of 2 jobs, you know, or what can we do, or what would you like to do that can help you, that I can help you become a stay-at-home mom? You know, you want to ask these questions because it warms them up. And what you're looking for is what we call hot buttons, okay? You can write that down if you want to. But basically, a hot button is basically you're looking for the things that you know that'll touch them. Like if you know someone has 3 kids, you know, that's a hot button. Like they probably need 3 jobs, you know, if they got 3 kids or more. I'm not trying to be offensive or anything, but you know, you're looking for hot buttons like, you know, you still work at the factory, you know, because what y'all don't know is that y'all do have like a walking gold money making machine, with a like a networking type of deal attached to it, to where you can make money just by like being at home, or, you know, doing the things that you love to do. You can make it just an hour out of the day. And so you want to look for these hot buttons when you ask these questions, and because they're going to tell you, and be like, yeah, family's cool. Mom's great. She's still working you know, the little place down the street. What type of, for real? Where are you working? I still work at Pizza Hut. You know, I still work at the warehouse, or I still work at the dental office, you know, and then they always be like, it sounds like they just tired of it most of the time. They be like, man, yeah, I'm still working at the, damn, you've been working there for 12 years. Yeah, man, it's just, you know, they said I'm gonna get a promotion. So it's like, I don't want to make this thing too long, but you want to look for these hot buttons when you're asking these people questions, because right now we're just getting them prepared to put them into the group. What we're doing is basically we're finding reasons to where we can make our business relate to them, to where we can help them in any aspects of their life, okay? Like everybody wants almost the same things in life. Everybody wants to make more money. Everybody wants more time freedom. Everybody wants to be recognized for something or have some type of fame. And so what we have is something that we can offer them, and that will allow them to be happy. You know, people want to feel good right now. People want to have security. They want to know that there's something out there that can get them from where they at right now to where they want to be. And if they do decide to, you know, listen to you, then we can show them the work, and you have support with that, okay? And so it's cool with the hot buttons, but listen, you don't want to spend that much time, only a few minutes forming them, okay? You don't want to be on the phone like y'all done had a whole conversation when you forming them, because like now you just drawn out the whole thing, okay? Like you don't want to do that. You want to just spend a few minutes. Now I understand if some people are talkers, then boom, you know, go with it. Don't just be like, all right, stop talking. Yeah, I'm gonna put you in this business. But now look, you want to just let them talk, but you go to the next question. You know what you're doing, and we're not tricking nobody. It's the psychology behind this. You know what you're doing, but then now we're gonna show them by telling them what to do, basically. Okay? So, and people like being told what to do. All right. So if, let's say you form them, then you go into, well, listen, I'm gonna tag you into a post, or I'm gonna tag you in a video that you might find interesting, okay? And we're gonna go more in depth with these scripts. You know, let them know, hey, listen, I'm gonna add you to a group, or I'm gonna add you to a video or a post that you might just find interested. And they'll be like, okay, you know. Cool. So, Mr. Delaney, he already have pre-written scripts, like, or what the invite when you add someone to the group, when you go to the Elite Dynasty page, he's already, you can go look at some of the posts, the invite posts. He already have it right there, done for you, ready to go. You don't even have to think about it, okay? And when you add them to that group and you tag them into one of these posts, you know, even if they're just a little slightly interested or have any questions, we're just gonna let them know something. So first of all, since we were talking about hot buttons, when we do the ATM system, you're gonna want to connect them with one of the mentors or one of the people in the group who you can find the most compatible with them. If you know that I've been in the military for 8 years, sorry, didn't tell you. But your friend, he's been in the military, or your friend girl has been in the police force or anything like that, then you want to relate them to somebody that can relate. You want to hook them with one of the mentors that can relate to them, okay? Because it warms them up again once they get on the phone with the expert, okay? But you just let them know, hey, listen, I'm going to introduce you to one of my mentors, one of the people who started this here in, Atlanta, Georgia, or Houston, Texas, Nashville, Tennessee. I want to introduce you to one of my mentors who started this, who was one of the guys who started this here in the city. He's an expert. He's a professional in this industry. I'm excited to connect you with him or her, because I know that this is something huge and you can benefit from, okay? And so you basically just let them know, hey, listen, I'm going to introduce you to my mentor, one of the people who started this in Tennessee. He's an expert. You just you want to edify him. I'm not going to go into edification. It's like I don't want to, step on any boundaries. We're going to do courses over all the breakdowns of how this works. But this is just a quick overview for you guys. I'm going to let them know that I'm going to introduce you to my mentor. And then they say, okay, cool. All right. So after that, step one. Mr. Fluker, you might want to put this one on the whiteboard really quick. All right. So once they agree to, okay, yeah, like, sure, like you can introduce me through Facebook or whatever. Step one, you want to go create a Facebook group. So the minute they like any post, when you add them to the group, tag them into the video, the minute they like the post, if they comment on the post, anything good, if they have questions, you don't want to be the person to just try to answer all their questions, okay? Step one, you can write. Step one, create the 3-way messenger group via Facebook Messenger, okay? Let me move my box out the way. Create the 3-way messenger group. Step one, create the 3-way messenger group, okay? If you don't know how to do that, get with Delaney, myself, anybody after this call. We can show you how to do that. It takes no time, okay? Create the messenger group. Then you want to go in that group and type first, okay? Step two is thank the expert for getting on the call, okay? So this is just, hold on, you don't write that yet, okay? Put introduce, okay? So you wanna get on, you wanna say something on a line of these words right here. Hey, Mr. Fluker, thank you so much, Mr. Fluker, for taking your time out of your day to meet my friend Haley. I know you could be doing anything else with your busy schedule, but Haley is my good friend, and then you want to say good things about them. So under step two, you want to introduce. You've already edified the expert. you want to introduce Mr. or Mrs. To the group just by thanking him for being on the call or being able to do this for you out of his busy schedule. You want to make the expert the most exclusive as possible when you're doing this transition. You want to make him sound exclusive, like he's untouchable. Okay, so thank you so much, Mr. Fluker, for taking your time out today to meet my friend. I know that you could be doing anything else with your time, with your busy schedule, but Joshua is my good friend, and then you want to say nice things about Joshua or Haley. You want to say nice things about them because you want them to feel some good too inside. Joshua, Haley is my good friend. Been knowing her for years, or even if you just met her at the gas station, like, got a great heart. He helped me out with X, Y, and Z. She's a hard worker. I know she's fit for this. Whatever it is, you don't have to lie now. I'm not telling you to lie. We don't lie. We only use true stories and real numbers in this industry. Okay. You want to say the things that you know about them that's good. You don't want to say the thing that you know about them that may be bad. Like, I know he helps a lot of people, but he did rob that bank. No, we're not. You want to say the good things that you know about them, okay? Hey, he's a great guy. I would like for you to, sir, I would like for you to give him Joshua a little bit more insight about what we're doing and answer any questions that he or she may have, okay? Again, thank you, Mr. Fluker. Take the call away, or take it away, sir, okay? So you might have to go back and listen to this recording too, okay? I'm going to say that again, though, okay? Thank you so much, Mr. Fluker, for taking your time out today to meet my friend, Josh. I know that you could be doing anything else with your time right now, with your busy schedule, but Josh is my really good friend. I've been knowing him for years. He's a hard worker. He works, he works double time at his job. He's just always putting in work for his family and taking care of his kids. But I would like for you to give him a little bit more insight about what we're doing and answer any questions that he or she might have. Again, thank you, Mr. Fluker. Please take the call away, or take it away, okay? If we were on the phone, if we were doing a three-way call, we would say, take the call away, sir. If we're doing a three-way messenger, just say, take it away, okay? And then from there, you let the experts do the talking, okay? Like, after that point, you put your phone on mute and you let the experts do the talking, okay? Now, Mrs. Delaney, can you draw a triangle really quick? We call this the triangle effect, okay? I'm going to show you this, and then I'm going to wrap it up. About 4 minutes, we're done, all right? So check this out. Okay, not sure if it's my screen, or I don't know if you finished making the triangle yet.
No, go ahead. I'm doing it as you go. Go ahead, brother.
If you're taking notes, we call this the triangle effect. In one corner of the triangle, is you, okay? You got you. The other corner of the triangle is the prospect. And then the third corner of the triangle is the expert, okay? And so you and the prospect, y'all know each other. So the prospect may trust you. Prospect don't know the expert, but because you know the expert, then the prospect will be willing to listen to the expert. It's psychology behind it, okay? You got the expert, you, and the prospect. And so what it is, if you edify the expert well, and because you and the prospect trust each other, know each other, that prospect will be willing to listen to anything, almost anything that the expert says. He's never seen them before. Guys, this is how we build hundreds of people on our team, okay? hundreds of people on our team was doing this through three-way calls and three-way messenger, okay? People that never seen our faces was dropping the dime on the information and the products that we had available, and we didn't ever have to meet them. We had people signing up in other countries because they were talking to people that they don't know, but they was willing to listen to that person, okay? Does that make sense? Hope it did, okay? One thing not to do when the expert is talking is do not interrupt the speaker, okay? That's in any presentation. Do not interrupt while you're, unless something is addressed directly to you, don't interrupt when the expert is typing or talking or anything. It just messes up the whole flow. It takes the credibility away from the expert, and you might as well do the presentation yourself at that point, okay? So remember, the fortunes in the follow-up. We're going to go way more in depth with following up, piquing interest, closing people. But just remember, it takes on average 4 to 12 exposures and follow-ups to get someone to make a decision, okay? So with this group is designed for the prospect to be reminded of what it is that we do. Every time someone, makes activity or does something in the group, anybody that's been added to that group, everybody gets the message, okay? And so it can be anything. Welcome to the group, or we post some trainings. Everybody will be able to see everything that's being posted, even these prospects. So they get to seeing that over and over and over again. Eventually, they're going to either see something that sparks more interest, get more excited to take action, or they're going to be, calling, have questions, or it's going to take more time. And so, but most of the time, guys, if we do this thing right, we can build a massive organization. It's been proven. Like we have the social proof to prove it. And so that's really it. We're going to go over cold market, warm market approaches later on. Mr. Fluker and I were putting together a huge training, but I don't want to take no more of your time. I'll let you go. Make sure you pick up the GoPro book. All these skills and concepts are in the GoPro book. If you don't know about it, it's $7 online. You can get the sauce for yourself, okay? So awesome. I'm going to pass the call back to Mr. Fluker. And I just thank you so much for giving me the opportunity to be on the call to train today. Take it away.
Absolutely. That's fire. So if you guys didn't know, any of those skill sets, like that's something to either brush up on because, guys, we want you guys to really, that's fire. Like, to be reminded, how to leverage your mentorship. But at the same time, guys, it doesn't have to be somebody that has made 6-figure, 7-figure. It could be somebody that's been in the business just a little bit longer than you. Maybe they know a little bit more than you that you can actually help. So this is what I want everybody to do on this call, getting off, because, again, it's good to hear information, but it's a good way to have a plan of action as soon as you can get off. The first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to make sure that this group link is actually dropped into the different groups that's here. Eventually, I know we talked about actually consolidating some groups because, again, you want to have everybody moving at the same rhythm, at the same beat. If you're checking over here for information, you're checking over here for information, you're checking over here for information, things can get lost. So we want to kind of get some things in the area. And I know we were going to deem this group as a home for prospecting. So the first thing that's going to happen is this. Everybody's going to get access to this group. So make sure you go ahead. And what I'll do is let me go ahead now while I'm actually on the call. I'm going to drop it into the chat. So you guys who's not added can go ahead and just get added to the group right now. Okay, give me 1 second. Let me get my controls in my chat. Here we go. So you guys can get access to this chat right now so that you guys can go ahead and get added. You can start adding your prospects to this group and going to the announcements. And from the announcements, guys, you can go ahead and just start tagging your prospects. As you guys can see, we already got 25 people that's looking at the information. So you might ask yourself, how do I get more exposures? Well, 25 people that's looking at the information, right? That's 25 people that we're dripping on currently as we speak. As we're doing this call, we got 25 people looking at the presentation, and I'm not doing a presentation. It's already pre-recorded. They're going to be looking at it over and over again. One thing Carlos did say, guys, is you want to follow up. You do want to follow up. I like to give it at least 3 to 7 days, depending on the person. 3 to 7 days to follow up with them after I've tagged them into the group. I like to spend more time on income producing activity, which is finding customers, right? Once they're in my business, I want to make sure, guys, they're added correctly, tag to the post, as well as message them as well with any mentorship that I can get them attached to as quickly as possible so we can help them, because, guys, people aren't signing up off the first one. They're going to need a little bit of warming up process to keep things going. And in this group, guys, we're going to be dropping testimonials, videos, etc. You want to make sure that you're looking like any special announcement the company might come out with. You want your prospect to stay up to date on what's going on, as well as I showed you guys in the Facebook group and the Facebook part. Come into the group. If you see certain things like this, make sure you like it, love it, and wow it, right? It's going to give it all social proof, right? You can come to the group when we drop a video live. Even if you're not able to make it, right, you can tag your prospects in it. When you go to discussions, you can tag your prospects in it. Make sure you guys, you don't have to make it a job. I don't want you guys to make it an extra job. But come in and like, comment, wow, love it. Just take a couple minutes when you're in there. Just drop the social proof so people can know that we're actually doing this thing. And the cool thing about this, if you're actually utilizing this with customers, what they're going to say is, okay, it was very simple for me to get added. It was very simple for me to see the information. It was very simple for me to enroll. So guess what? I might tell somebody else, right, about this opportunity. But I'm going to tell you guys, if you are a leader on this call, right, it's no cooler way if you're looking at somebody that, has previously had network marketing experience, has previously been a leader, has previously has grown big organizations, and they only built their business off of presentations and belly to belly. Well, why not reach out to those people and say, hey, listen, I know you've been an amazing entrepreneur here in the MLM space and the network marketing space, but I'm just letting you guys know we're doing some amazing things with the organization that I have access to. We even have an awesome system that's pretty much do it yourself. And it takes less than 5 minutes to get your person in front of the information, looking at some qualified testimonials, as well as they can get access to, a mentor or a leader at a drop of a dime. Guys, when a leader hears that, they jump at that because they want things as simple as possible. They want their people to be able to flow through something so that they can spend more time acquiring customers and building leadership. Most people don't like dealing with the in-between stuff where seeing the information, following up, doing all these other things. They want to actually bring people to the opportunity, get them enrolled, and how do I develop more leadership so that I can keep growing it? And guys, it's no better way than being able to leverage everything that you have. So guys, we already at 26 members. This is my goal. If you want to go fast, guys, get as many of your prospects into this group before the end of the day, right? The next 7 days, guys, and I'm looking at you guys to make a 90-day run with this because I'm personally going to be building 100% utilizing this group. Okay, utilizing 100% of my efforts to build within this group to make sure videos and content, things like that, are dropped. If you want to be somebody that, prospects are seeing, you might want to get in and do a video because it's not just going to be all presentations. Reach out to me. Let me know. I would love to add other leaders to the group so they can come in. They can do a getting started video. You could do a result video, how Forex has changed your life. What does it mean? Come in and drop some content, things like that, so that people can get to know you as well. You don't have to have made, 6 figures for people to start getting used to seeing you on a consistent basis. We're going to be dropping the events, the promotions, things like that to keep everyone up to date. But it's going to be up to us to create the chemistry, create the culture within this group so that people are actually excited. People are actually running to actually enroll. But our goal, guys, is not to sign up. Our goal is to get as many people into this group. I'm going to add one thing and we're done. I actually have access to a script that I use. So if you guys would like that script, reach out to me. But I have a script that I use to actually get people into the group. And it's just pretty much sorting them. If they say, hey, I would love to be added to the group, great. If they say no, I don't add them to the group. Because, guys, I want to keep moving people along the process. So, guys, I can open this up to Q&A. It's been an hour and a half. I don't like to keep people too long. If you guys have any questions, go ahead and drop them really quick. If you don't, guys, let's get to work. Let's get as many people into this group as possible. Again, if you would like to actually be somebody that's in the group, sharing some of your information, sharing some of your content as well, too, go ahead and reach out to me on Messenger. Let me know. But guys, the fun thing about this is you can actually build your business 100% from your computer, from your phone. And then when you're ready and that prospect's ready, you can pick that phone up, go ahead and get them enrolled, right? And then you guys can start that building process. So that takes really no time, no energy. You can literally go and live your life, do what you need to do, but at the same time, your business is still moving. So guys, a couple seconds. If you guys want to go ahead and ask some questions, go ahead and do so. But guys, I'm super duper. Like I already got somebody came. So we got people going here ready to get added to the group, guys. So guys, add them, tag them. Let's get them on a 3-way message with myself, Carlos. I'm bringing Quinn, Robert Bullock along, Dr. Raphael Spiller, Mr. David and Monique. All those people will be in this group, guys. Make sure you guys are reaching out to the leadership, getting us connected to your people, so we can help you guys win at the highest level. So, guys, any questions? Anybody? Because if not, I've got some people I'm finna go ahead and get added to this group, and let's go ahead and get as many people ranked up as possible. So, going once, going twice. Awesome. So, guys, I appreciate everybody for jumping onto our Facebook webinar tonight. What we're going to do, we're going to have another one later. But, guys, take massive action with this for the next 90 days. I promise you, if you're at a rank right now and you do this consistently for 90 days, you will see a rank increase, right? So we're going to have another training coming up soon. I will let everybody know when we do another one. But, guys, check out your Facebook, get added to this group, and let's get as many people to the next level on stage here at the next convention. So, guys, see you guys soon. Appreciate it. Thank you for your time. And I hope you guys have a wonderful, wonderful evening. Enjoy your weekend, guys.